So again, I'm Joie Roberts. I am a 7-figure seller. You can see the sign behind me, Fearless Sellers. Well, let's begin. I'd love to, while I'm giving you kind of a more of an intro of who I am, put in the chat if you're already selling, put a 1, or if you're just getting started or looking to learn more about selling on Amazon, go ahead and put a 2, just so I can kind of gauge the audience. 1. So 1 is you're already selling. 2 is we're just looking to get started and learn more on how to get started. Love it. Awesome. So the title, as you can see, says 0 to 1 million in 12 months. That's my story. That's what I did. And I would like to start off with telling you, hey, I'm Joie Roberts. I built an Amazon business in 2021, not that long ago. I started at 0. So a lot of you who are putting the 2s in the chat, I'm exactly where you were, right? I was looking around. How do I sell on Amazon? What am I even going to sell? I had no idea. So I got aligned with the right people and I built my business from 0 to 1 million in 12 months. And I'd love to jump in and share my story with you. Many of you might be in the corporate world. I don't know, you might be sitting at your desk at home or at an office watching this. That was me. I did 16 years in the corporate world. Right out of college, I got my degree in broadcast journalism and marketing, and I worked for NBC News. And then I left there, worked a little bit at CNN, went to Callaway Golf, Getty Images, right? I had a great corporate life, 16 years of it. Well, I got to a point where I didn't want to make other people money. And I was making great money. And I was a really good employee. I liked my coworkers. I had really good connections. And it's not that I hated my 9 to 5. It's that I just didn't want to make other people money. And I wanted freedom. I wanted to work out when I wanted to work out and live on my own schedule because I knew I could get my work done. And I thought, you know what? I want to start my own business, but I also wanted to sell on Amazon. So in 2017, that was my first, I just told you before I started selling in 2021. Well, I actually tried in 2017. And this is a picture of me as a new mom. But before I go into the story, I do want you to know I left the corporate world to start my own wallpaper business. And I still have that today. It's called 3D Walls by Design. And that was my first time going out on my own and building a business. And then in 2017, I was like, I need to sell on Amazon. And I didn't know anything about selling. So I was really just winging it and I tried. And if you can see in this picture, I'm pointing, you can't see my finger. But anyway, in the picture, there's a strap connecting the stroller to my hand. This was the first product I ever tried to sell on Amazon. I still have it to remind me of what I sold. And I look at this all the time and it's kind of a sentimental thing because this is where I started. And look, I did kind of what you can find on YouTube or on Instagram, right? It's like, think of a product, whatever product it is, go put your logo on it. If you can see here, this was my logo. It's called Fear Free Mama. I put my logo on it and I sourced it directly from China. I put it on Amazon and I was only selling this for $6.99. And remember, it's 2017. I'm sure it sells for more now. But this was a product out of passion. And I wanted to sell it because it was attaching you to the stroller and the stroller couldn't roll away from you. It couldn't roll down a hill. And if you're running, you could pull the stroller back. So it was purely a product that I thought would just be fun to sell. And it was a phase of my life. I did not do any research at all. Now, AMZ Scout is the secret weapon to all products you can sell to validate if they're a good product or not. Had I used AMZ Scout to sell this, I probably wouldn't have launched it. And then I wouldn't be telling you this part of the story. So it's a journey, right? So you're probably like, why is this a bad product? Actually, who knows why this is a bad product? Put in the chat why this is a bad product for me to sell in 2017 and probably today, even though margins might be better now. But any idea why this is a bad product? Yeah, right. There's not a lot of room for growth and marketing. And yeah, right. Too many similar products. Right. Already invented. Yes, Seth, totally. Exactly. Low ticket, low margins. Yes, these are all really good. Hey, you guys are smart. You should be doing this presentation with me. Yeah, too much competition. Did I make money? Mary, great question. Did I make money? So because I did not have a lot of room to do any marketing, like Amazon ads or anything, no, I didn't make any money. I quickly realized that this was a terrible product for me to sell. One, when you're thinking margin, it's like, okay, if I'm buying this from China for, let's say, I believe it was like a little over $1, and then I'm selling it for $6.99. That margin sounds good, right? Because it's 70%, but then you have your Amazon fees. So really, I was making only $5 per unit. So sometimes the margins can fool you. And we'll get into this in a little bit, but that was one of the big things I learned was margins and how much money you really need to make, dollar amount and margin. Also, I talked about that there was no money for marketing, but really what I like room for as a seller is room to make mistakes. Like if I'm selling this and I blow my budget on Facebook ads or Instagram ads or overspend on an influencer, well, I'm not going to have any money to reorder. Well, I could go to my personal credit cards, but then you're really getting into the red. And out of the gate, you want to at least break even. And there is just no way for me to break even on this. So you know what? I quickly realized that this was a passion product. I did not validate it with any tools, and I stopped selling it. And I still have like 50 of these sitting around my garage with my cute logo. And I just shut down my Amazon account, and that was fine, right? And that was 2017. And I was still selling my wallpaper business. So I went back to doing wallpaper until 2020. And we all remember 2020, right? That was COVID. And for me, it was an opportunity when all the buildings closed and I was not putting wallpaper on walls to realize my goal selling on Amazon was to make money. And this first product I did not have to define me. I could go back and learn from my mistakes and set up another Amazon store. So 2020 is when I was like, all right, I have some time. Wallpaper is not happening. I was potty training my 2-year-old at the time. So I was home a lot, and it was a great opportunity to learn Amazon. But I thought, hey, I'm going to sell on Amazon again, and I am going to do it much smarter this time. And that's why this slide has margin over emotion, because this was my emotion and my passion and a time in my life where I had a baby that I wanted to come up with like a cool product. And those are still good ideas. It's just I didn't validate it was my issue. I may have come up with another baby product if I had validated it. So here I was, and my goal was to make money. I wanted to build something I could sell. My wallpaper business is just me. I am not for sale, right? I don't want to sell my business and then be somebody's employee again. So that was really my motivation to start selling on Amazon and do it right. This time I started with how much money did I want to make per unit? Because that was a mistake I made previously. So I wasn't going to make that mistake again. So my goal was to make $100 per unit sold. And that means if you're going to be selling something where you're putting in $100 in your pocket, I'm talking about after fees and marketing and everything, then you're going to have to put it on Amazon for at least $200 or higher. And don't worry about the fees right now. You worry about the fees when you're once you find your products to validate. Fees, though, just so you know, are based on how heavy the product is and how much space it takes up. And then you'll have your FBA fees for Amazon to handle it. So my goal was $100 per unit, and I wanted to price it at least above $200. So that meant I had to buy it from a supplier for around $50 to $70. And this is where I started. I didn't have a product yet. This is just where I was. I wanted my margins to be big because it was opposite of this product. So that was where I started. I wanted to sell something a little bit more expensive so I could make more money. And then, oh, I see a question. How do you validate a product? Great question. We will get to that in a little bit. And please, while I am teaching you how to validate, you can ask me plenty of questions. So with the new outline I had of wanting to make $100 per unit and sell something on Amazon over 200, that is when I got to dig into the tools like AMZ Scout and see what products I could find that were selling in that price point. But you don't just want to find a product that is selling in your price point and has that margin. You want to know that those products are selling, and then you want to be the best product on the market, or the second best perhaps, but you want to capture the market share. So what did I do to find products? I did my research on the tools. I read competitor reviews. I found a few different products that I wanted to sell. And I thought about how can I make the designs different? And once I was looking and validating, I found a product, and it was an outdoor sports product, which is one of my favorite categories to sell in, is outdoor sports. People love to spend money on sports and outdoor activities. So like recreational activities, people don't mind splurging on. So that was why I picked that category. And then I've drilled it down to a product I wanted to sell. And I was looking at the other designs. I thought, you know what, I'm going to make this one modern and cool, and I'm going to change the color. There were other ones out there that had bright colors, and I was going to make mine more sleek and modern. So that was really my edge. And then one thing I want to point out, when I was digging through the competitor reviews, there were, of the products that were already selling, I'm calling them competitors, there were complaints about parts of it that weren't level, or it wasn't shifting properly. So I worked with a manufacturer, the manufacturers I was talking to make sure that it could rotate. And those became my marketing points, my selling points. So people could see, oh, this is a new and improved from other products that are selling. And I got myself a mentor. The reason I got myself a mentor is because with my wallpaper business, I started it in 2014 when I left my corporate job. It took me 3 entire years before I was profitable. I was printing wallpaper. I was messing it up. I had to reprint. The size was wrong. And it was 3 years until I was making money. Again, I still have that wallpaper business because, I have that passion part, but it took a long time to turn it around. I thought with Amazon, I'm not going to do that. I want to make money. I want to run it like a real business, and I wanted to start off profitable. And remember, this is about my story, right? 0 to $1 million in 12 months. I could not have done that if I did not find a mentor, which is a coaching program, which I now coach in. So AMZ Insiders comes full circle. I am now a coach giving back to the community that helped build me. And then here's like a fun quote from my dad, who I admire, but he said, keep them delighted with everything but the price. And sometimes when you think about Amazon, you think, oh, but the price has to be low, right? I have to woo my buyers with a low price. And maybe when you first launch, it's good to have a price, but really what you're doing is building a brand. And somebody did ask if I white label. No, this is private label. And the reason private label wins every time on Amazon is because you're making your product a reflection of you. You're making your product better. You're always improving your product, and you have a really good product. You get the product right, then selling it is so much easier, especially on the marketing points, which is what I learned selling this. And now we will move on to when I launched, and this was the exciting part. So before I launched, I did all of my research. I dug into the tools. I had some late nights after my 2.5, 3-year-old was asleep, digging into keywords. Amazon is powered by keywords. And the reason I have this Father's Day logo up is because with my outdoor sports product, I was like, every single dad has to have this product. This is the ultimate Father's Day present. Every household with a father or a man should have my product. So I went crazy. It was like my Super Bowl because I launched in March and I knew June was coming. So I created this perfect orchestra of traffic. I did my Amazon PPC ad. So when you hear PPC, that's just advertising on Amazon, and it's driven by keywords. So I put Father's Day gifts in all of my keywords, which when we're talking about niche products to sell, still to this day, Father's Day gift, that keyword is a really good keyword to use, and it's not too expensive. So I used that word, and I also put Google ads. I was building a Facebook group. I used that. I did Instagram and influencers. And one other thing that's not on here, which depending on timing, I might show you later, I'll tell you about, but Pinterest was also really good because who is shopping for Father's Day gifts? Women. And Pinterest is mostly women or moms or daughters, right? Looking for Father's Day gifts. So I had everything dialed in for Father's Day. And what happened to me? I ran out of stock. So I completely sold out of my inventory about 5-6 days before Father's Day. So although I did really great on the marketing piece and I ran out of stock, one, I had a good product this time because I did so much research and I got ready and prepared for launch. On the bad side, I ran out of stock. So I had inventory problems, and 2021 had supply chain challenges. So now there are tools to help manage inventory. And I like to just be real with you guys as I'm telling my seller story so that, you know, there isn't a lot of magic. There is ups and downs, and it's hard times. It's running a business. Like it is absolutely hard. But with my mentorship program that I was in, I was able to get back up and running within, I think I was selling again within 5 days. And if I had just panicked and didn't have a mentor and support to help me through running out of stock, I would have lost even more money. In those 5 days, I mean, I definitely lost probably $20,000, $30,000 of sales being out of stock right before Father's Day. But at least I got back up online and I got through that. And another thing that happens when you run out of stock is your listing ranking can go down. So I needed to have my support team, my community to help me lift back up. And also the tools. I had to dig back into the tools. So it's a lot of work. So rule number one that Jamie, who will pop on in a minute, will always say is never run out of stock. But I did. So really, besides running out of stock and getting back up, right? But how did I go from $1 million in just 12 months? Here is exactly what I did. I knew my goal. I started with how much money I wanted to make per unit. And then I set my goal at, I actually set my goal at 900,000. I don't know, $1 million felt so big to me. So I thought, well, if I could make $900,000 in sales in 12 months, I would be great. So that just doesn't happen, right? Like you have to put the work in, you have to work backwards. So I worked backwards. I knew how much I needed to sell every month, what a good month, bad month would look like, what the week would look like. And I will tell you the most important thing was breaking it down by days. Because if you need to sell 15 units on Monday and Wednesday comes and you haven't sold your 15 units Monday and your 17 units on Tuesday. Well, now Wednesday, you have to make up for Monday and Tuesday, and you're heading towards the weekend. And weekend sales are typically much better than Monday and Tuesday. So yeah, there were weekends where I wanted to go out on the lake or I had plans, but I wasn't going to allow myself to do that until I could come up with my plan to make up for my earlier in the week. And that's how cool Amazon is. It is so easy to just say, okay, I'm going to ramp up my sales for the weekend. And then also another tip, which you can do this on tools as well, on the AMZ Scout tool, which we will demo. But finding multiple suppliers, and ideally, can you get it closer to whatever country you're in? For me, that was the US. I was selling in the US. I was buying a lot of my stuff from China, but I also wanted to have a backup to find it in the US. And now with the products that I sell, I still sell with the products I sell. I have suppliers in Mexico, China, the Ukraine, and the US. Yeah, and then Calvin's asking, how did I ramp up your sales? Great question. It leads me right into number 3. So margins. And if you remember when I was talking at the beginning, my margins with this silly product looked phenomenal at 70%, but really it was only $5 a unit. So that's why with my margins, knowing that the lowest amount I wanted to make was $100 a unit, I launched at $200 on Amazon. And as soon as your sales are steady and or your inventory is getting low, like how I was close to running out of stock and did run out of stock at Father's Day, those two things, I had steady sales and I was seeing the sales maybe pick up a little bit to where I was going to run out of inventory because of my marketing plan. That's when you increase the price, right? So steady sales. And it's a little tricky with the Amazon algorithm. You don't just bump it up $20. You play with it and you inch it up a little bit. And going back to the algorithm, the reason you just add a small percentage at a time, maybe a 5% increase, maybe a 10%, is because if Amazon's algorithm sees you messing with the price too quickly, it'll push your listing down. So there's a balance between keeping your listing high. And when I say push it down or high, you want your listing on page 1, ideally in the first 3 positions organically and paid as well. But like organically, that is your goal. You get your listing ranked high, where mine got up to for the Father's Day. And that's when you can push the price. So long story short, on my margins, I started pushing the price right around June for Father's Day. By the time I got towards the next big event, let's just say Christmas, right? Like Christmas, November through December is a huge selling for most of us, right? For gifts, most products on Amazon actually. And those are good products to sell, anything that can also be a gift. By the time I got there, I was selling this product at $385. So I went from $200 all the way up to $385. And that is an ideal way to find the free money. That's why I wrote free money, right? It cost me nothing except making sure I was pushing up. Another tip on finding free money is, especially if you're already selling, this is a good one. So people will add your product to the cart. And this is what happened to me. They added my product to the cart and they might have sent me a message saying, hey, your product is too expensive now. I saw you selling it for $200 or $250 and now you're crazy. It's $300. When you reload your inventory, when I got my new shipment in and I had, a few thousand to sell, I would drop the price so that everybody who had my product saved in their cart that was messaging me, telling me it was too expensive, I would get a big burst of sales because they get an alert. Hey, there was a price drop of this product you want, and they know that it sold out before. So right out of the gate with my inventory, I would get a big pop. And then number 4, we kind of talked about, is traffic, right? For my Father's Day, my Super Bowl, I had a really, really nice orchestra of traffic. You have your Amazon ads, and depending on your product, you can do influencers, but I suggest everybody launches with Google Ads. And it sounds like, oh, you're going to spend a lot of money on advertising. But with Google Ads, even now with my products, I only spend $10 a day and I'll switch them on and off. So if I'm coming up to a weekend or a holiday, you definitely want to have your Google Ads in there for, say, Father's Day gift. Yeah, I see a question of what type of product was I selling. So it was in the outdoor recreation. When I sold the business, I did agree that I wouldn't talk about what I sold or tell anybody. And I'm also not allowed to sell in that category for, I think I have like 4 more years. So that's why I apologize. I'm not telling you the exact product. I will tell you now what I sell. Now I sell in women's health. I sell, women's health products now. And I sell like, I'm going to launch a new product that'll be my 10th product in my new store. Yeah. And then the last thing I want to say, when you're building from 0 to 1 million, is that you just need to keep it as simple as possible. You find what works for you and you keep the repetition going. It's kind of like working out, right? Like when you first start a workout, you stay consistent on the workout and then you layer in things that work. And then maybe you get hurt and you have a little setback. And really, 0 to 1 million is keeping it as simple as possible. And it's not really about a time period. Maybe you do it in 12 months like I did, or maybe you do it in 3 years, but it's really just not overdoing it. And honestly, everything I just shared with you is pretty much all you need to do to get to zero, go from 0 to 1 million. There's other tactics when you want to go past 1 million, or if you're at 3 million already and you want to go up to 10 million. Those are very more in-depth things. So please, when you're starting or selling, just remember ASAP, as simple as possible. I see a question. Okay, how to grow sales with PPC. Yeah, so that's your Amazon advertising, and that goes back to diving into your tools, the AMZ Scout tool, to learn your keywords. And that's how you win with your advertising, is drilling down your keywords, watching your spend, and matching that to the keywords in your listing. And then you have this really nice flow because you dialed into your keywords. And some people will think, oh, I need 100 keywords. No, when I was selling this product, I told myself I have to win at 5 keywords. And yes, one of those keywords was Father's Day gifts, right? That was something I wanted to win at. So you can drill down from 5, or you can go up to 100. That really depends on your product and how you're going to run your business. And remember, it's your business. You get to make all the decisions. Question, is PPC charged when a user clicks, even if they didn't buy the product? Yeah, so PPC, there's 4 or 5 different very cool ways that Amazon allows you to advertise, but correct. Yeah, it's pay per click. So when they click on it, you will get charged, and it goes to your listing. And now, just want to clarify, when I say charged, it comes out of your sales. So I'm not, racking up my credit card bill. It comes out of your sales on Amazon. That's how Amazon PPC works. Google is completely separate than Amazon. So that's where you put in your credit card. Yeah. And then strategies of PPC from my experience. Yeah. Again, going 0 to 1 million with PPC, I kept it as simple as possible. And I focused on keywords that I could win at. So when we get into the demo, I could say when we get into the demo, we'll use massage gun. I'll just say that because that's a very competitive keyword, right? So you might not want to win at massage gun. You might want to win at the phrase gifts for runners, right? And maybe that's something, but you would validate that with the tools, the AMZ Scout tools. But especially for new sellers, if there's keywords that are expensive, and I think an expensive keyword is $10 per click. I prefer keywords that cost anywhere from 70 cents to $3 to win at. And I still use that method with the health products that I sell now. And I'm going to launch a supplement in my health products. And supplements have a little bit more expensive keywords, but you drill down into the niche keywords too. And it's super fun and cool, and you can dive deep into the tools. Yeah, so I mean, you're selling novelty products and you're finding it hard to get traffic to your products. Well, I I really think novelty products are very fun to market. So again, putting together your Amazon PPC keywords with your listing, and then on Google, driving traffic from there, using social. And if it is novelty, I highly recommend getting it on Pinterest. You want to be on the social platform. So digging into Pinterest, and anywhere, if it's a gift, anywhere, any boards on Pinterest for gifts is always great for sending traffic to novelty gifts. And then also, I am a coach and I have a coaching program, and I have lots of videos on influencers and how you drive traffic. And this is all in the course. So I don't want to get too off track, but it's like I get excited when you ask, how do I drive traffic? Because that's the stuff that I love. All right. So we were just talking about driving traffic, and TikTok is great. There's, if you even look, TikTok for driving traffic, but even sourcing, TikTok has the TikTok Made Me Buy It Amazon edition. So I highly recommend checking that out. You just search on TikTok. And we talked about Google Ads, and YouTube is great too for shorts, YouTube shorts. If you make your own shorts for your brand, or you can find influencers who have really good YouTube shorts. So it's just, social media is opened up so many opportunities for new sellers to get their products in front of anybody. So if you're launching, I just highly recommend testing and trying. But I'm going to say, when you see this Google Ads, to me, this is a must. And one of the things I love in the trainings that I put together for our AMZ Insiders community is my step-by-step Google Ads, because it's very simple and everybody finds it intimidating. And I guarantee your competitors are not running Google Ads. They're not in my training program, and they haven't been pushed to run Google Ads. So it's a very easy win in mind. Oh, Amazon Expire. Yes, Evan. Awesome. Yeah. Amazon Expire excuse me. Now you know it's live. Amazon Inspire is awesome. It is like TikTok for Amazon sellers, and Amazon created that app. You do have to be brand registered, so you need a trademark to get into the program, which is another incentive to get into the brand registry program with Amazon. And then you get these very cool tools that you can use, like Amazon Inspire. So Evan, thank you for bringing that up. I love it. Oh, home decor and art wall frames. I see that question. You're running PPC, not getting good results. Look, home decor and art and wallpaper and wall frames, like that's my jam, right? Like I have a wallpaper company. I love home decor. Yeah, maybe there's some keywords in there that you need to look at depending on who your audience is. And those are very visual. So Pinterest is going to be a great place for you to get your boards up and get a business page going. And anything home decor, influencers eat up and love. So I'd also encourage you to look into influencers. And again, I don't want to go too in depth, but we have a pretty robust section on that in the AMZ training program. So also with external traffic, one way that you're going to be able to crush it in 2023, and I'm not kidding, like we don't share this with a lot of people, so we're very excited to share this with you, is all about using AI tools that are out. And I'm sure you've heard, oh, AI is cool and trendy, but it's here to stay, and it is a tool that you will get a leg up in your competition. And what Jamie Davidson is about to share is still mind-blowing to me. Like I still am like, this is phenomenal. So pay attention to this. And Jamie Davidson, for those of you who don't know, he has sold over $100 million of products on Amazon. He is a top 100 seller. He was my mentor. He taught me how to sell when I was learning or wanted to learn. I was like, I'm going to find the best of the best. And I want to be around people who have done and been successful at what I want to do. And I was like, hey, if I could be just a fraction of success as Jamie Davidson, who was my mentor, I would be happy. Oh, there's Jamie. Hey, Jamie.
Hey, Joey, this is really, really awesome. You guys agree. It's a pretty inspiring story what Joey shared. And so I'm absolutely loving this. Every time I listen to you and hear some of the details, how you did it, it's it's great. And I also love how you shared at the beginning that, like I said, there's kind of nothing special about, there's nothing magical about it's a real business, but the actual, and I can speak from, watching you as you built the business about just the ability to actually take action and execute on these things and not overcomplicate it. It's not that everything's easy, but you do a great job with finding what you think works and then implementing it. So loving it. And so I'm going to take, I think, Joe, you're good. I'm going to take just pretty quick minutes here on some of the AI stuff, because we know right now it's so relevant and stuff we're doing. We spend every Friday with a group of people talking about this. And then Joey's going to come right back on here in a little bit, in a few minutes, give you guys a live demo of the tools. So we're going to continue on, but we want to provide as much value here in this the short time period we have too. And you still have the Q&A, and Joey sure will be there too. So just pretty quickly on the AI stuff, because it's such a buzz right now, and some of you guys may have seen some of the content. I've talked about it, but there's two things. One, I want to ChatGPT, because of course that's the big one most people are using. Came out in November. It's the fastest tool ever to get to 100 million users. It took like a month. It's absolutely insane. And again, ChatGPT is essentially a website. It's by a company, OpenAI, that you can go, and it looks like this, right? You can basically type in anything, right? Create a title of a presentation given to Amazon sellers, right? And boom, it gives you that. You can say, write an email, give me a list of products online, anything you can think of, right? ChatGPT can do it if you give it the right prompt. These are called prompts. And so it's really important that you understand that. So I'm just going to give you a couple quick takeaways around this. So AI wise, AI important. Well, it's truly something what I call last to first, first to last, which is if you have no experience, for example, with Amazon, or you're getting started, then you have this opportunity to leapfrog so many people, because it's not that it's a magic bullet. It's just that you have this ability, leveraging some of these tools, just to do things so much faster than we could before. So it basically can 10x your productivity. You can 10x the productivity of your team, business partner, a virtual assistant online. And the same thing comes first to last. If you're an experienced seller in the space, experience this, and you completely ignore AI, then you're going to get passed pretty quickly by those that understand a couple of these tools. And and that's not always the case, right? A year ago, 2 years ago, when crypto was so hot, NFTs, all the crazy, I sat that out. Did not pay attention to that because I didn't see a meaningful way to implement this stuff. So this isn't just about shiny object. This is about like real tangible stuff that you can implement, use now. Just like Joey said, we're going to talk about, she's going to come share, I think, some hot niches as well too. So again, I'm not going to go real deep today, but I just want you guys give you guys a little taste of some of the ways you can use ChatGPT. So again, a lot of the stuff Joey talked about, every element she went from building her business from 0 to 1 million, she can now augment that in her new brands that she's building, her new products, augment it and do things faster and better, leveraging these AI tools. So think from product optimization, advertising, customer engagement, anything having to do with customer. And I'll give you a few examples. Great. Niche identification, again, goes great with things like the AMZ Scout tools, because you still definitely need the Amazon tools like the AMZ Scout tools, which have access to like real Amazon data, and then leverage, kind of layer in the power of the AI there as well too. So with that, and then any kind of analysis. So just on a couple of these things, I'll pull examples. So here's 20 prompts, just giving you can take a picture of this stuff. If you guys stay on at the end, we're actually going to share. You guys can get a hold of us, and we will give you this content here as well too. But literally, you can just plug this in, copy and paste this, and put it into ChatGPT, and you can literally get incredible answers and research through all of these, right? And so I won't go through all of them, but let's say number 10, what technique can ChatGPT recommend for maximizing profitability on Amazon? Can ChatGPT provide recommendation how to effectively use Amazon's bestseller rank? What techniques can ChatGPT recommend for improving the customer experience on my Amazon product pages? So we can go really deep. Like I'll give you an example. We take the reviews of a competitor, take all the reviews and put them into ChatGPT and say, identify the key opportunities to improve this product, right? And then you use that for your own product, right? So it's mind-blowing stuff that you can do like super quick, copy and paste, plug it in. So it's really, really crazy. And again, like I said, leveraging it with AMZ Scout is what I've quickly realized, because ChatGPT, incredibly powerful, but it doesn't have the data inside of Amazon. It's not actually looking at the existing listings yet. So it's great to partner it and use it in partnership with a software tool such as AMZ Scout we found. Again, all sorts of ways you can do it. And any issue you have, I just challenge you to think about how you can ChatGPT help you with this? So examples are like, let's say your listing comes down and you have to get a hold of Amazon seller support. So instead, just ask ChatGPT, basically prompt it to write it for you, like whatever the issue is. Like my listing was taken down, write an email to to Amazon seller support in a way that will get them to reinstate my product. Or if a customer is unhappy with something, write this note to a customer in a way that will satisfy them. All right. Another little tip with ChatGPT, is because you're prompting it to do things, is always tell it, put it in the mindset that you want it to be in, right? Like this magic genie in the bottle, right? Whatever your wish is their command. One of the first things we always tell ChatGPT is we always tell them they are an expert in what we're about to ask them to do. So in this case, we'd say, you are an expert on selling on Amazon. And then we tell it what we want it to do. So tell it it's an expert in that framework. This is super powerful. We spend a lot of time, and Joie, if you guys check out Joie's Instagram, my Instagram, we spend a lot of time in creating content, but there's a whole strategy around that. So really huge for your brands. Anything from writing articles, Amazon posts. You guys mentioned Inspire in the chat there. All these tools that Joie mentioned, Pinterest. So there's a very new, powerful method to create all this content much faster, much more effective using these tools, which is awesome. Anything with your listing, optimizing your listing, just literally pull out thing and just say, do this, but make this listing 5 times better, right? And it will do it. Here's the example I said with seller support. I already talked about this. One of our coaches at AMZ Insiders, Matt, helped a client. Amazing, easiest support case I've ever opened. This is the prompt there. So it is really an incredible time. But in the short time that I'm going to chat here too, I wanted to give you guys something beyond ChatGPT as well too, because ChatGPT is awesome. But if you've probably been inundated with all the tools, that's so much going on. So one of the keys is don't get overwhelmed, right? Don't try to find tangible things that can actually use, like the examples I just gave you. And I just want to tell you a few other tools. So Midjourney, incredibly powerful. It can create these amazing images for you. So it's like ChatGPT, but it can be for images. So you can create all these lifestyle images, product images. You can upload your current images and have it make better versions of it. But essentially you could say, like, if Joie had her little wrist attacher there to the stroller, she could essentially prompt it, say, create an image with a young mother with a stroller and her baby with a strap attached, and it will design that. And you can then say, by the lake, or however you want it. These incredible images that used to cost, thousands of dollars or $10,000 photo shoot that you're now doing for free. Here's one I did. I heard Joie mention a massage gun that, for example, I said, in this case, I just prompted Midjourney, said, design me a super luxurious massage gun. Massage gun's a crazy product, sells millions and millions per month on one product alone. And they came up with this crazy design. So the point of this is whether this exists or not. Yeah, this is live right now. It's not old recording. So we are live right here going through. I see some of the questions, but it is super powerful. So it's a great way. We're going to talk more about product ideas. I'm going to hand it back to Joie here. And just know that you can use these tools to think, like, for example, I could take this and go to a manufacturer and go, hey, I want to design something like this, right? Because one of the keys that Joie talked about, if you get your product right, everything else is so much easier. One of the keys is that you've got to differentiate, right? And so how do you differentiate? This is a very low-cost way that you can get lots of ideas and do it. So I'm going to leave you. The last thing for AI, I'm just going to give you rapid fire a few more quick tools. This is a site I like a lot. You guys just take a photo of this or write it down. Futurepedia is a great tool. It's like an aggregator of AI tools. So this is a great one. You can click in there which tools you're looking to use. And then someone says, what's the name of the AI tool? Well, the first one I was showing you is called ChatGPT. Maybe Joie, you can put that in the box there. And then these other ones, again, if you guys stay on to the end here, we will give all of this for you guys as well too. So this is a great one to sort through them all. I love Notion is really powerful. Notion AI is it kind of makes it kind of idiot proof. You just go hit the buttons for different things you're trying to do. I saw someone through ChatGPT had it applying for a job for them and job application that wrote everything for their jobs. And they got like, I don't know, 200 job interviews just by using pure ChatGPT. I heard someone else said, ChatGPT, I only have $100. Start a business and I will be your human counterpart and I'll implement everything you tell me to do as long as it's legal. And they're going back and forth and the guy's building a business based on these things. So it's truly a new time. So another site I would like a lot, future tools. Again, you can just, as all the new tools are being added, you go in here and you can click and just see which tools fall into the categories. There's some other tools around content that are really crazy powerful. So otter.ai is a great one for it. Basically, you just load in any kind of video file or any kind of file where there's been audio included in it, and it will write the script out for the entire audio. So one of the things we do, we take a video we like, all right, and let's say it's a product video. Let's say it was on the massage gun. Take that video, put it into Otter. It writes the transcription. We take that, we put it into ChatGPT and said, you are a massage gun expert and a copywriting expert. Rewrite this script in a way to make it 3 times better, and it'll write a script, and then we'll create our own video for it with our own unique take. That's even better than that really popular video right there. But Otter is really powerful for that. And then this one, Descript, is like crazy powerful as well. Joie has one of the leading podcasts in the industry called Fearless Sellers. I put it in there. If you guys check out Fearless Sellers on Apple or on Spotify, you'll see, again, you'll see it come right up there if you look up Fearless Sellers. But like, so when we produce that Descript, the audio, we can literally, if we want, if Joie or her guest says something or we have to create a mistake, we can literally go type and it will reproduce it in Joie's voice or her guest voice, which is just crazy, insane. It will also make the audio sound like we're in a professional studio that was professionally produced, even if we're in some terrible place and the noise is all crazy and there's a lawnmower in the background. So just really impressive tools. There's also one, I don't have it on here, that Adobe has. Adobe Podcast also has a really great tool there. So they're coming up all the time. So that is, like I said, short and sweet on this topic because we want to, I want you to make sure you guys target this towards like product. How do you sell a product? Because AI is great, but that's not where you make the money, right? So where you make the money is selling the product, the stuff Joey was talking about. But this will help you do it faster and better. And I want you guys to like have actual tangible items you can do. So super powerful stuff. It can really put your brand agency on steroids. And Joey and I, like in the program, and some of the things we'll probably share with you in a few minutes here, is we've included a lot of this. And we're also masterminding with a lot of the other top minds, because it's not about that in the AI space. No one's an expert because it's coming up all the time. And so we're pulling in the top minds, working on it, and then we're implementing it, and then we're sharing it with the people we work with. So we're excited by that as well too. So again, it's only going to get better and better. So continue on that front. So before I hand it over to Joey to do a little product demo here, I'll hand it over to. But the reality is, Joey's talked to. We've been at this for a long time. We've been selling. I started selling in 2011. You heard Joey's incredible story, which was like very recent, which I think is pretty inspiring. But we've got a really strong reputation. So we've helped thousands of sellers in the space. You won't hear Joey and I, or you won't see pictures of us with Lamborghinis. Like, this is like the real stuff, because if you want to go from 0 to $1 million, right? It's about the actual, what it takes to get there. And so with that, Joey, I'd love to hand it back to you to maybe share a little bit more and how to actually implement some of this.
Yeah, awesome. Great presentation. I love all the AI stuff. So yeah, some really, really good questions about it. And one of the reasons or things that I am still learning with ChatGPT and any AI is that sometimes I don't get the exact response I want, and I have to ask it again, or you have to do the prompt. So when Jamie showed the prompts, it really is about the prompt. And that was my point before, is you can beat out your competition using AI because you're going to get better at the prompts, and you practice, and you keep doing the repetition with it. So I do use it now in my Amazon selling. And I, wasn't around with my brand in 2021. So the AMZ Scout tool, we've talked a lot about, one, why this product was terrible to sell. And had I used a tool, the AMZ Scout tool, I would have probably picked a different product. I just would never have wasted, not that I wasted a ton of money, but I probably spent $700-800 on this product that I sold, I don't know, maybe 10 of, and then I closed the business. So it was, time and money, especially depending where you are in your life, matters. So that's where these tools come in. And the AMZ Scout tool is kind of my secret weapon because of the Pro extension. And that is a extension that you put in your Chrome browser. And it's really cool. You just like pin it to your browser. I'll show you in a second, because I'm going to do a demo for you on it. And we talked about you find your products on it, and then also you find your keywords for PPC. A lot of you were asking about PPC and how you get that working for your Amazon ads. And that's all in the tool. And here's a screenshot of the extension. You know what? I just want to do a live demo for you guys. So this is super cool. And don't tell your friends. No, I'm just kidding. But I don't give this advice out for free, honestly, because I have a coaching program, and so this is like really cool demo that you get to see right now. We've been talking about massage gun, so I'll just put that in here. So you go to Amazon, just like you're shopping, put in massage gun, hit search, and here's all your results. Well, I was talking about the extension, this little AMZ Scout, Amazon product finder, AMZ Scout Pro. You click on your extension. All right, so you see that I'm just going to type in massage gun. You know what's funny? On my podcast, I do that a lot because it's just listeners. So I just go right into a demo, and I'm like, okay, well, you can't see this. But now I get to actually share my screen. Okay, so put a massage gun, and all these sellers come up who are competitive, right? They make a lot of money. Click this extension up here, the Amazon Product Finder AMZ Scout Pro, and it automatically pulls everybody who is selling on those pages that we were just looking at shopping on Amazon. And now you can actually see this for product research and to find out, is this something you want to sell? Well, if you came to me and said, hey, Joey, I'm going to sell a massage gun, I'd be like, well, you either have a really big marketing budget and a really innovative product, because look at this. When you see this column, estimated revenue, the estimated revenue is like this top one is $250,000 per month. That's per month. And this one right here, that's like almost $700,000 per month that these massage guns are making. And, these ones are hot. And one of the cool things about looking at a category like massage gun is that it's always evolving, right? There's always the newest and latest, greatest massage gun. And so you see these hot because their sales are increasing, and probably either there's our new hot releases, or they're just sales are going up and up for massage guns because it is a very popular product to sell. Up at the top is very, very cool. You see the results, 48 sellers. On average, they're all selling just under 4,000 units. And then their sales ranking, it's competitive. So it's in the 20,000s. And then the average price, it's very cool to know, hey, what is the average price of all the sellers? And reviews are high. Now this one's cool, the visibility score. That's like a small percentage of AMZ Scout users are selling massage guns. Now that could be one, because it's already oversaturated, right? We saw when we were first looking just on Amazon that there were reviews that were like 11,000 reviews. That means that's a pretty established seller. You not necessarily want to go up against them. and then the niche score. This is cool. You can click on these buttons and it will pull up like 1 year, 2 year of sales and kind of go through. Sometimes when you see these peaks, it's because maybe the price got lowered, so the sales go up higher, and you can kind of see the trends when you click on this. So I want to show you, going back, I want to go back to Amazon because I want to show you a product that's more niche that, I mean, honestly, I would sell this product now. It's golf swing mat. I think, like I told you before, I sold in sports and outdoors and recreation. So this is a category that I think if you're into, even like pickleball is new and trending, like golf is always trending. And the reason I like these types of sports is because people spend money on sports, and I like more expensive products. So we'll click the extension and we'll look at the golf swing mat in here. Okay, so already we're seeing that this is a better product that has potential. So this one has the hot button, which is good. And they're also lower numbers of sellers. Look at this. So on that exact one, there's only 2 other sellers and it's ranked 11,000. So there's a lot more opportunity. And this is really what the tool helps you dig into. And there's, I mean, this one, it looks like it's a brand, but there's a brand making 70,000 a month on this. So for me, I would look at what this brand is doing right and look at a non-branded one like this one here. And I would think, what could I do to improve this product and capitalize? The other thing I love is it says right in this column when it was available. So we can look, I mean, look at this. In March of 2023, March 11th, this top one launched and they made $35,000 their first month, and they just launched. I mean, this is a really great product to come in. And something I would do, what I'm seeing, and I don't know if you can see it. Let me see if I can blow this up a little bit. But what I'm seeing is here, they're all green and very similar. And maybe that's what golfers want. But I like to play with the design. So maybe I would make a camo one, or I would make one for women that had a pink camo or a cool design, or when you swing across it, that mark there becomes pink or camo. I don't know. Put a dinosaur in there if it's like a training for kids. I'm just throwing out ideas, but this is really the secret weapon to knowing what is a product that you're going to want to sell. So now say we wanted to sell this, right? This golf mat, this button here, suppliers on Alibaba. I'm going to show you this because I saw a question in the chat, like how do you find suppliers? So Alibaba is a great place to start. So click on Alibaba and look right here within the AMZ Scout tool, which is very unique. Most of the time you'd have to open your browser and log into Alibaba. But here you can go through. So look, all right, this seller here for $2.50, I can get this mat that we were just looking at is selling for an average. Let's look at the top, the average price up here for around $96. Now they might be bundling stuff around like with it, but how cool is that? I mean, you see that these margins are in my kind of margins, right? Where you're getting into higher margins. Hey, I love selling anything where I know I can make $50 or higher. So yeah, if you're, interested in this, I would say jump on this and start selling it. I'm not going to, because I have a women's health brand, so it doesn't fit into my product. So I will not compete with you. We'll keep going. But so that's like my live demo of the tool, but the tool has so much more than just the extension. You can log in and you'll be able to drill into specific categories and the margin. So for me, I would look for a very high margin. And margins can also be driven by your budget. If you just want to start out selling something that you only want to buy from your supplier for, I don't know, $1 to $10, you can search that on the tool and you can work within your budget. And we dug into this kind of, you can see the product's history and sales and up and down. And this is really cool because you do also learn if your competitors on those keywords sold well during the holidays. And I love to find things that sell awesome for gifts and during the holidays. And there's just so much more you can do. The listing analysis, that is very important. How your listing measures up to your competitors, because if you're selling a very similar product, like you saw some of those golf mats, you want your listing to be analyzed so that your listing looks better than your competitors. And the AMZ Scout tool has that. So I would definitely take advantage of that. And the BSR you see here, that's your bestseller rank. That's important in your specific category. So you can look at where everybody is ranking for the bestseller rank before you even launch a product to help you decide. And we talked about earlier your fees, right? Like your FBA fees. Well, this also has a built-in calculator. When I first was selling, especially with this, if I had that calculator, I would really never have launched this product. Luckily, I only, it was only $700 or $800 and not a lot. But say I had gone big and ordered thousands and thousands, so that would have talked me out of selling it. How did I pick my name brand? For this product that I sold, you can see on there, it says Fear-Free Mama. This one, everything in my life has to do with fear. Like if you can see, like fearless sellers, and this was taking the fear out of it. So I was going to keep going with the baby product. So you want your brand name to definitely be able to encompass the brand that you're selling, but you don't want your brand name to just be golf swing mat, because when you go to sell golf gloves, then it's like, oh, my brand name has golf swing in it, right? Like perfect your swing. You want it to be more of like, JR's golf extravaganza. I don't know, I made that up, but you want it to be able to encompass all the products in your brand that you're going to do. And then, there is a question about, you do need to create your own product and not do resell. That's what I teach and I preach, is private label. And the reason I preach it, to get your own label on there, is because what I did going from 0 to $1 million in 12 months is I had my brand name, I was brand registered, I had a trademark, and I sold my brand. I sold the entire brand to a buyer. And those are your biggest paydays. Like it's nice to be making the $200,000 per month on your product, but that's where you make your big money, is the day you sell your entire brand, right? So that's why we do private label. When you're reselling stuff, you can build a brand, but it's other people's products, right? It's not your product. No matter what happens, it's like I still own this product. It still has my label on it, and the brand that I sold, right? It has that trademark. So very, very good questions. I think the AMZ Scout Pro extension is my secret weapon, and then digging in further and further, and you can compare suppliers like we did, and you minimize the risk. And we've been talking about that. Jeffrey asked, am I happy? Yes, I'm very happy. Am I happy selling what I sell now? Yes, I will always be happy selling. Selling becomes addicting. And once you learn to sell and you know how to use these tools, you kind of want to sell everything, right? Like I just showed you that golf swing mat, and I'm talking myself into selling it. And then I told you, hey, wait, I sell a health brand. So I want you guys to sell the golf swing mat, but do more research, and you can drill into categories. See all these categories here? Like for me, if I'm looking for more products to add, I would click on health and household, and I would dig in there, and AMZ Scout will show you all the keywords. So it's a very in-depth tool. And then, so my store name is the same as my brand name, not the same as my LLC, but the same as my store name. And so we kind of went through this, trending products and new products. So you can see everybody loves the AMZ Scout tool as I do. I love it. I would suggest getting familiar with the extension first, and then from the extension, just digging in, and I'll set like on my calendar. I'm like, okay, I am going to give myself an hour, 2 hours to where I can really dig into the AMZ Scout tool, find my keywords, and you can quickly launch a product, right? It doesn't have to take very long. Like you can dig in. I just showed you the golf swing mat. So with the tool, it cuts down on a lot of time. And I hope you're reading all of these amazing reviews. And it's good for starting out, and it's good to grow your business with AMZ Scout. And I love seeing those reviews, because that's a really good reminder that at the beginning and as you grow, like I still use the tool, and I will always will. Yeah, I think it's fun to kind of talk about what products are blasting off and great products to sell right now. And this isn't something we typically share, but this was really special just for you guys. So we just did the golf swing mat, and this is another one. And this would be something I'd encourage you to go to the tool yourself and research, because this is a great starting off product, right? It's got good sales with the keywords. It's not fragile. You don't want anything that's going to break. And these like wooden fish things aren't going to break. And I have a little kid too, so I know that this stuff sells well, and there's growing demand. And then these products can evolve and grow over time. Like you'll add more and more to the line. And here's the sales. This kind of shows like this has steady sales, and the price stayed the same, and it kind of goes up and down. And you can see through the holidays, like how it goes up. And it also will vary with how much PPC you turn on and off. So this is a really, really cool toy. This is a fun too, the Grill Caddy. This has a lower number of sellers, so it's not a ton of competition. And it's visually very nice, right? You can see it's a really good one to sell on Amazon, because right away, you can just pull the seller in. And there's few reviews, which means that you don't need a ton of reviews to just launch your product up to the top of page one. And it's a new niche, and people are always evolving in the cooking and the home category, and the grill and outdoor recreation. This fits into too, my favorite category. And what I love are the niche score that you can see, and it's a 7. And that's pretty good. Like I would pay attention to anything that has a 7. And then the visibility score we went over before, so that's good. That's a 1, not too much competitors. And the margin is phenomenal, right? I mean, everybody's average margin is 58%. I mean, that's kind of a home run to see the average, right? So then that means your margin could be higher. And yeah, here's the sales. So yeah, and the sales are pretty typical. If you drop the price, the sales rise. So this shows that it is a steady product, and depending on when it's on sale, which is typically around the holidays. So the big spike we're looking at right now was right after Thanksgiving, so Black Friday through the holidays. So it's a great gift too. Fits all of it. All right, now I want to sell a Grill Caddy. See what happens when you know how to sell. It's like, I want to sell this. No, I'll let you guys sell that. Go ahead, jump on that product. Awesome. So we've been talking a lot about AMZ Insiders and my story, and how I now coach, because I am very happy helping other people sell. And Jamie taught me how to sell. And I really do believe that everybody can learn to sell. And once you have the skills to sell and you're using the right tools, your income level and possibility is endless. I mean, Jamie, are these your sales?
Yeah, these are sales from 2 of our brands, our 2 biggest brands monthly. We often would share in our group every month. So yeah, that's 2 accounts. And I always say we're always proud of the year-over-year growth too. So you can see, besides just the size, and we have 2,000 products that we sell.
Yeah, that's very impressive. Just in the last 30 days, making upwards of $2 million on a product, right? That's just phenomenal. And that was why I joined AMZ Insiders, because if I can just do my 0 to $1 million in my 12 months of sales, then I can take off.
Yeah. Yeah. And Joe, if you're good, I'll kind of bridge the gap a little, or not to bridge the gap, but kind of bridge us. I saw some of the people ask in the chat here. And again, we're going to do Q&A at the end as well too. I know Joey's done a great job answering a lot of the questions during as well too. We'll make sure we'll cover all of them in a moment here. But I did see if some questions are asking like, how do I get a mentor? Or how do I do this? It's perfect. So, you know, even when you see the big numbers, what I would say is, that's why I love Joey's, her journey even more, because I think you guys can relate to it. And, you know, for a lot of people, it's not about millions and millions of dollars. It's about, hey, could I get, you know, 5,000, 10,000 extra a month? That would cover, you know, more than cover my mortgage and other things. It'd be like, you know, you no longer have a mortgage to take care of if it's kind of a side hustle, or as Joey said, the ability to eventually sell that business that becomes kind of magical, or feels magical, because it's the biggest payday you'll ever have. But I want to take just a couple minutes to kind of bridge from what Joey described, and that walk through the tools and sharing the products. We usually don't do that. So that was super cool. So those are real takeaways from you. I know I rushed through the AI thing really fast. I saw some of the comments like, oh, this was a recording or whatever it is. And I gave you guys like just a few tools. I will give you guys, again, as another bonus, I'm just throwing in there to stay on to the end here. I've got a list of a bunch of other tools. In the interest of time, I won't pull them up on the screen right now, but that we're working on. Things like we've got bubble.io, godmode.space is crazy good. Opus.pro is one Joey and I were using last week to chop up video. I talked about Descript. There's ZimWriter, Cheat Layer. Like there's adcreative.ai is an amazing, it'll basically write your ads for you. We're talking about marketing and advertising. Professional marketers, the best people I know in the space, have not been able to beat this tool, adcreative.ai. So again, I will give you a list in the interest of time. Again, we just gave you a little taste while we were going through, but to connect the dots about, like, it's great. You know, we love Joey's story. I think a lot of people resonate. Joey speaks on stage a lot, and I've seen a lot of very experienced sellers that get they're pretty interested in how Joey did this. And then myself as well. But at the end of the day, it's about, you know, what can you do, right? And so we try to give you some value there in terms of how to do it. Just to make sure we're on the same page, is what we're actually talking about. This is Amazon private label FBA, right? So Joey was talking about her brands. So in selling the brand, the beautiful thing about Amazon private label FBA is that you own the brand and you can sell it. If you're doing wholesale, drop shipping, retail arbitrage, all these other things that may kind of you hear in the market, or you don't know what to do, is you can't sell those businesses. So, and again, we will go through some questions at the end, no problem, whether it's AI or Amazon. Joey and I will cover everything here. But again, so Amazon FBA, the beautiful thing is Amazon, you know, a lot of you guys are sellers already, so you know this. Amazon handles all the warehousing for you, all the fulfillment, all the customer service. I saw someone ask about returns. Amazon will handle all the returns for you as well too. So that's why, you know, that's why we're all in the space, because you don't have to manage this process. You just have to focus on the stuff Joey talked about. Get yourself a really good product, and then get some help and support around how you can actually grow the business. And that means, you know, some tools and some you know, mentorship and support. So again, what we do is sell through Amazon FBA as much as possible. Joey, in her example, actually did FBM as well too, where it's needed, or sometimes, you know, let's say you run out of stock, you want to have a backup. So that's FBM is fulfilled by merchant, meaning you sell it yourself. Again, FBA, Amazon does everything. Stay very focused. Like when Joey did her business, right, she didn't have like 30 different products that she was trying to figure out all at once. She had kind of one core product that did really well. That's what, when I showed you those big sales screen, we had one category. We never changed. Our big category is cell phone accessories. Never moved out of cell phone accessories until we were like over $50 million in sales. Because if you stay focused on a product or a category, or Joey showed you those massage guns, right? One massage gun, some people sell crazy numbers. It's insane, right? Like almost 30 million a year in some massage guns. All right, too. So, and then the other piece, right? Great product, and then getting your product to page one. This is, again, recap. Joey talked about this. Google ads. Joie is like the queen of Google ads, and traffic, just traffic in total. That's why, like on the podcast and on our trainings, we bring in other traffic experts, right? In, whether it's Pinterest, because I'm not a Pinterest expert, but if it's going to help my product sell more, we want to do it. So all those things these are the pieces you can just put in place. And you don't have to use every single tool, but they're kind of tools in the tool belt. And you want to make sure, you have. And so the result of this is a globally profitable brand that you own. And I say global because built in Amazon, if you're selling Amazon.com, it includes Mexico, it includes Canada. So the Northeast already, international. And the beautiful thing is we used to teach people about, how to then launch their product in the UK and everything else, is you don't even need to do that. So, and I know this, with working with Joie, and like, again, I use her product as an example. Joie was getting inquiries for her product from Australia, right? And I've heard Joie talk about this. So Joie didn't have to go launch in Australia, but the people that were buying her brand, Joie could say, hey, by the way, I'm a small team here. You guys, when you buy, there's a huge opportunity for you guys to take this product, right, Joie? So that was something that you basically get value in without actually ever bringing the product to that country.
Yes. Yeah. Huge excitement that I teed up a marketplace for them to sell in.
Yeah. So it's pretty cool. And then, one of the principles we have is never be afraid to ask for help. Something Joie and we're like lifelong learners. We enjoy the process of learning. So you may be able to relate to that. And so, Amazon, we have a lot of experience in. There's some things we don't. There's some new tools we don't. AI, we're all over because we're learning new things. Podcasting, right? So we go find the best people in the podcasting world. We literally do this, and we show up at their place and we learn from these guys. And then we go on and we find other mentors in how we actually do this. So, is building $1 million brand or getting to 6 figures, is this stuff hard? I'd say yes, right? So this is, as Joie alluded to, this is a real business, requires real effort, very doable, but it does require some help. And so there's no need to reinvent the light bulb, right? Instead, find a way that's worked for other people and then look to model those processes, model those steps there. So again, you have a choice. You can keep doing, you can basically try to do it on your own. And there's nothing wrong with that. Joie kind of described that herself when she did the band on herself years ago. I did the same thing. At first I was like, 2011, is this Amazon thing real? Like, let me just try it. But you realize over time that it's really hard because you need the right guidance, the right expertise. Otherwise, you kind of flounder out there. So, up here is building a successful Amazon brand, the stuff Joie talked about, and then you layer in 2023, the excitement of these tools that very few percentage of people are actually implementing this stuff. If you have that knowledge and experience with like real time, that which tools are actually using, which ones are actually making us money, then you can have the same path. Joie was unique in 12 months, right? 7-figure exit in 12 months. Some people 24 months, 36 months. Some people, want to run it for a longer period of time, but it's completely doable in this time period. And there's really no other business like it. It's pretty incredible. But to that point, you're going to need some help, right? And so, Joie found our AMZ Insiders team, and we were able to basically show the roadmap. So how do you pick someone to help you? These are things. Are people getting results? Has this worked for a long time? Do they provide support with themselves personally, or just like, a course that you get out there? We don't believe in that. Joie and we really believe in working with people directly. And so that's why we do. We get out there to events. If you go to any of the leading Amazon events, you're going to see Joie and I there. If you look for the leading Amazon podcast, you're going to see Joie on there as well too. So that's why it's kind of the real deal. On the online world, there's plenty of people that can talk a game in the space, but you always want to fact check, one, and two, you want to find people that you resonate with. Like, does Joie, does her path in her journey resonate with you? It did with me, and same thing. I resonate with her, so that's why it made sense to partner with her and building her business, and her now giving back and helping other people build their brands as well too. So again, we've helped thousands of people. We do it both. You can do it remotely, but we also get together throughout times of the year. And the top people in the industry trust us, whether guys like Brandon Young, If you ever heard of my Amazon guy, Stephen Pope here, Kevin King, right? Leo, he does about 7 million in sales. Keon is one of the top sourcing people in the world. These are all people that we've aligned ourselves with because it's not about just ourselves. It's about some of the top people in the industry. So if this is of interest to you, we want to show you what, hopefully you got a ton of value out of what we shared. We want to share a little bit more to make sure hey, how can we help you? What can you take advantage of? And so I will walk through a few things here for us. So, and Joey knows it's true because Joey, again, became a client for us, and we talk about the value. These are not like made up numbers. So our Insiders Pro Academy membership, which is everything that we do. Joey referenced it, right? Joey, you do a great job and everything, updating it and bringing in new experts besides ourselves, right?
Yes, we have trainings often, and new tactics are constantly being updated. And that's one of the things I love to do is just continuously update our training program so that our training is cutting edge. So actually something new just came out this week on Pinterest. So tomorrow I will be recording the new latest and greatest tomorrow morning on Pinterest, because I love to be the first to let our community know.
Yeah, I love it. And I was like, I've got to listen to that because I need to know it. And Joey's like, well, yes, you need to listen to it and know it too. So this is, we take this stuff really seriously. We're also going to include as a bonus, a one-on-one consultation with a member of our team, right? Basically to help you guys understand where you're at, basically a strategy to understand where you're at, where you're trying to get to. So that is really, really valuable to do that. Jump on there. Again, we believe in kind of one-on-one access, exclusive product research spreadsheet that, and again, our partners here at AMZ Scout are amazing with some of the tools providing around product selection. And Joey gave you guys a few just for being on here today, which is exciting. But a lot of times Joey talked a lot about product validation and, how you vet these things out, because when you do that, that's where the fun begins. And so we really want to help you out with that front end. And then everything, secret strategies to launching, ranking. You got to get reviews, really important as well too. And then we've got all the AI stuff. There's so much more that we're doing on that. And it's very real time that we're also getting opportunity to take advantage of that too. So we're layering our AI trainings with that as well too. And then some other special bonuses. So we're all about the bonuses and our black books of all the resources that we use. Joey and I, it's only tools we use ourselves and that we vet, not just the tools, but the people behind them. So that's why we partner with AMZ Scout, because we know, they're the best in the business. And then if you need help with any aspect of your business, we've got trusted people that we will open up our exact resources for you as well too. Total value of all this stuff is over $10,000. Again, you're talking about building a $100,000 business, Joey's $1 million business, right? An investment up front, very, very reasonable. The AMZ Scout, this is everything you need. So the one thing about running an Amazon business right now in 2023, and really for the last several years, is you have to have a software tool that you're going to use to run your business. And so this is everything Joey walked you through, right? The Pro extension, the database, product tracker, keyword tracker, everything there that's included. And $399, this is for a $399 value right there. If you think about that per month, we're talking about annually, that's really not very much money. That's less than $50 a month. So and this is some of my favorite stuff. I've referenced AMZ Scout, the amazing insights around product niches, leveraging AI, trend reports, right? This is in addition to everything else that can really get you some ideas, and then you can use the AI tools and the softwares and the Chrome extension. Joey walked you to show it to you. So the AMZ Scout deal, again, all of this included right here is pretty remarkable. These extra tools have a $2,897 value. So again, these trend reports are really powerful just by themselves. These literally, to buy them for $500 is worth it, because if you get one good product idea, or from the exclusive Amazon products, then, that's massively valued. A couple other things too. The seller hooks here too. will help you in terms of same thing, these product niches, and then the supplier communication pack. So this is just kind of makes it idiot proof or really super easy how you can communicate with suppliers and negotiate. I'll tell you, it's something Joey and I are really experienced in this area as well too. We didn't talk a lot about sourcing and applying, but we do all the time. We do this week like live training. I think we did this last week. We did this live to our community members. Super important towards your profitability. So again, the total value of the stuff is around almost $15,000. Joey and I are going to do Q&A with you guys here in a minute, but this is the part that when AMZ Scout first approached me, and now Joey partners too, actually didn't want to do it because the cost is so low and we don't do anything. And we say the value is $14,000. Again, Joey put in like was the $8,000 for mentorship for our program. And I guess $8,000, Joey, was it worth it for $8,000?
Yes. And I just looked at it as $8,000 for my education. And as soon as I started selling, I didn't think about that money. And I still don't think about how much I invested. I'm just glad I did.
Yeah. It's the cost of, you're investing in yourself. It's the ability to save time, right? If you spent, if you were 2 years behind where you were, right, Joey, that would cost you a lot of money. So that $8,000 wasn't $8,000. It basically the cost of you not investing in yourself there would have been massive, right? So versus where you're at now and quick do. So that's why it's basically AMZ Scout is deal. It's $749. You get everything from AMZ Scout, which is what makes this a no-brainer. Is a couple things. One is you're going to need a software tool, and at this price for the year, right? This is like $65 a month for the year for everything. AMZ Scout plus we're talking about our coaching program, which we charge way more than this. We only do this for the AMZ Scout community and for you guys coming on today. So you get access to everything we talked about, all of the latest trainings. We do live trainings. So every month you get access to our live trainings. Come on, Joey and I, you can ask us all the questions you want live, and we'll stay on and answer till every last question's answered. On top of the one-on-one call that we offered you guys as well too, and on top of everything that we walked through as well too. So a really crazy value. To sign up there, you can have the URL here, right? I think they probably put it in the chat there for you. The amzscout.net/get/coach-Joey. So you got to spell that correctly if you put it in there. But I know this QR code, so I think you can put it up there and just scan it with your phone, and it should magically. Let's see if I can get it to go. And off it goes. So we do not offer this deal ever because this is like crazy. It's a great deal. Matter of fact, to me, it's too low. Those that pay attention. So you just have to, if you spend $749, which is like $60 a month in here or $70, I guess I would mentally think about that. You put in, $10,000 because that is literally the value you're getting with it. So, you get lifetime access to our bonuses, and you get access to the program like within the next day. Our guy Travis is ready by. We already see some of you guys already starting to join in, and you get access for the entire 12-month period for all the AMZ Scout tools, which is awesome. So you're basically at everything you need. A bunch of you guys were just getting started. Some of you guys, maybe you started running your business. Maybe you got to the 6-figure mark, but you're like, wait, Joey got to 7 figures? How do we do that? So, again, I think it's a crazy good opportunity. We've had a lot of success with people that have come through with our AMZ Scout partnership, and we love helping with the success story. So yeah, there it is. There again, all the bonuses, everything included. I think we'll definitely do some Q&A here. I know there is also a money back guarantee as well too. So or basically you can try it for 10 days, maybe 7-10 days in AMZ Scout. If you're not fully satisfied, you can completely refund, no questions asked. So it's like, there's zero risk for you to sign up here, to take advantage. People reach out to us sometime and say, hey, I saw that deal in AMZ Scout. Can I sign up for it? And we're like, no, this does not exist. It only exists through AMZ Scout. Sometimes people find it online. They found it online. It's like, nope. So you have to be on here live to take advantage of that. So with that, Joey, other thoughts or anything we'd add, and then we'll do some Q&A.
I mean, this offer is just incredible. And this is why outside of here, we don't do it. We do one-on-one private coaching and stuff, but like to get the AMZ Scout tool and all of our training for the 4 months and the whole video library. I mean, that's lifetime access of how you can build your business. And like, hey, I'm going to give you guys a secret. That Pro Academy membership that we sell for about $3,000 that you're going to get in this bundle, that is what I was talking about, where I'm constantly updating it. So you'll have lifetime access to that. I mean, I don't like saying lifetime, but as long as we're running this program, it's been running for 6 years now, and we'll continue to run it. You get all the new videos that I just told you I'm recording, like the new Pinterest ones and everything. So it's a phenomenal deal.
Yeah, and I just saw some of the questions. So Rachel says, how do I access the one-on-one coaching?
Oh.
So that's part of your bonus is the one-on-one call that we'll set up with you guys. So we're happy to talk with you about that, Rachel. No problem. So yeah, we'd love to chat with you about that. Bridget says, how long do I have? Bridget says, I can't hear anything. I think maybe an issue on her end. We're gonna have to chat with her in there. But yeah, we basically, for all you guys, I mean, you sign up right now, you get immediate, we'll get you access tomorrow. I think the AMZ Scout tool will do some follow-up for some people, but you may miss it. So $749. Yes, that gets you access for the year with the Deborah asked. So the software for a year, you'll have access to the whole program, and you'll have access to our live trainings for these 4 months as well too. So no problem. And see, Alex, if any of you guys having issues technically, you can revise it there too. So again, really exciting time to be in the space. Like I said, with the AI stuff going on, the relationships that, part of the reason Joey and I go to all these events and you'll see us there is not because we don't really get any, it's not for the benefit of, selling anything. It's really about the relationships that we built. Joey, would you agree that we've got like some pretty, I'd say, I don't think anyone can rival us in the industry with the trust and the relationships that we have from the top people in the space, right?
Yeah, that's true. And a lot of it is, it's an honor, but we do get to speak on all the big stages for the Amazon events. And it has been awesome to partner. And, you'll see all these people in the training, you'll hear them on the Fearless Seller podcast. And it's all really about bringing everybody together because, as I said earlier, I believe everybody should sell on Amazon and can be successful. So you come into our community with AMZ Scout and AMZ Insiders, and you're just going to get the leg up on the competition, right? Versus somebody who just tries to sell on their own and maybe does what I did with my strap and sells 10 products and shuts down, right? Really, this is a business. This is, you're making money maybe on the side of your job, and then you replace it to supplement your full-time income, and the earnings are just as high as you want to go, as much as you're willing to put into it, time-wise and effort.
Yeah, I love that. And Debbie asked, is there like a Facebook group? Yeah, we do have a Facebook group to access, and we're doing some additional things too, community-wise, because we do like to connect you guys with other sellers. So it's not just about us, Joey, myself, but about a community and being able to connect with other people online. And then, you don't need to go to in-person events, but to the extent we'll tell you when we're going to events. And we have, members come meet us for dinner. There was a big event in Las Vegas, Prosper in March. And so, we had some of our members come out and join us. We were at Top Golf. It was pretty cool. Yeah, Debbie says, thank you. Yep. Sorry, go ahead, Joey.
Oh, Malik had a good question. Does the offer include the Pro extension? Yeah. So the AMZ Scout tool includes the Pro extension, and that is by far my favorite tool to use. It's quick, it's easy, and then from there you can dive into the tool. So yes, it is. It does include it, and then for how many months? It's for the full year, which is a lot of time to have this tool with with that low cost that we just offered.
Yep.
Yeah, Jamie, I'm looking at the Q&A only as well.
Oh yeah, that's good to see. I had one more. Then let's jump over to there. I saw Deborah says waiting on my LLC and tax license. 7 days may not be enough, or it may not be long enough to dive in. I'm not sure. Like for those that get underway, we'll get you access. Travis will start working on access maybe even tonight, no later than in the morning. And we've got a whole process to onboard you and get you invited to the live training and introduced to our communities. But we've got, said myself, Joie, again, Joey's phenomenal with coaching. We also have Matt Atkins, who's a real top expert, especially in the PPC space. So he's also on the podcast if you listen to the podcast. But so we've got a really strong team, plus all of these experts that we bring on to these live trainings. So hopefully, if we resonate with you, which again, I always felt good when we ran the program. When I ran the program kind of by myself, I felt good with it. With Joey now, the reason why we use the phrase better together, which is that we believe that for all you guys is let's help you guys be our next success story and work together. And, we were pretty good for a bunch of years with this, but with Joey aboard and our ability to do, to basically have a lot more expertise in terms of other relationships in the industry and constantly updating the trainings and the things we do, it is, we are very proud of our ability to help people and help you get the results that you want. So it's pretty awesome. But yeah, Joey, should we go into the Q&A section there as well too?
Yeah, Thomas was asking, the problem that you run into is that people are branding products that you're trying to resell. Can I list a product under someone who's selling it, labeled as their own product? Yeah, so this is why we preach and teach private label, because it's flattering if somebody wanted to sell my exact product with my brand name. And unless you're buying 5 from me off Amazon and you're going to go put it on eBay, I'm not going to come after you if you do that, or Facebook Marketplace. I don't care. If you try to sell my product on Amazon with my brand name, then yeah, unfortunately, as the brand owner and private label, I'm going to stop you from doing that. Mainly, one, I don't know how you're selling it. I don't know what you're doing to my product. And also, now I would have to handle your customer service, and it dilutes my brand showing that you're reselling it. So that's really the trademark and the protection you get with private label, and why I chose and was able to sell my brand after only 12 months of working on it, because I owned all of it. And sure, there were people selling it on eBay and Facebook Marketplace, but that's not my competition. And they may have used the product, and then needed just quick money in their pocket, so they went and sold it. But as like a real brand, yeah, no, I don't let people resell my product. And then I see a massage gun question, which is interesting because, Jamie knows a lot about selling massage guns. So Rose was asking about to sell those, do you need to be ungated?
The answer is no. So there are certain categories. It's a good question in general too. There are certain categories that Amazon, they call it, you have to get ungated. And I was actually pulling it up. I was trying to get the latest on my phone here too. So here's a list of current Amazon gated categories: postage stamps, collectible coins, entertainment collectibles, fine art, jewelry, subscription boxes, music and DVD, sports collectibles, streaming media, video DVD, watches. So those are the ones right now. It does change over time. They'll have certain things. It's basically just like a risk category for Amazon. They want to make sure they do this for any seller anyways, but certain categories make sure if they potentially they think there's potential for fraud, that the people are going to sell fake brands in there, or some categories of maybe if there's if they think there's danger or risk, and they want to make sure that the product and the sellers are going to be good there. So good questions, but no, you can sell in the massage gun is really, it's in the health and wellness category typically, but also can be in like the sporting, sports and outdoors category as well too. Yep.
Bridget has a fun question. Tips to avoid conflict with copyright. Um, again, it's like when somebody copies your listing or copies, it's flattering. Here's what I always fall back on, because we're always going to have these fears. Somebody's going to make my product because I don't have a patent on it, or they're going to copyright it. Look, you partner with AMZ Scout, you partner with us, and I have the confidence that I can outsell anybody. So it's flattering. I'm like, go ahead and try. You want to copyright it, but there is protection you can take. Amazon, especially when you're trademarked and in the brand registry and you have your product up before them and you are the first to write the listing and do the photos, and Amazon will know that. And then if somebody copies you, it is right there when your launch date was and you started selling. So there's definitely actions and stuff you can take. And in our course, with all the thousands of different of products we've helped people sell, we've seen a lot of stuff, and we've helped people navigate it and decide if they want to go against a smaller seller. Is it worth their time? Is it going to cost any money? So yeah, it's case by case, but I love those kinds of questions, because you can just fall back on, you can outsell them, and there's Amazon. You're selling on their platform. Amazon doesn't want conflicts between sellers.
Yeah, I totally agree with that. I mean, I think it's interesting with all the AI tools now too, because you can create stuff so quickly. The beautiful thing, you can take a great listing of like the leading seller or someone, and you can have ChatGPT or AI rewrite it. So it's yours, it's uniquely yours, but it has the kind of the essence or the quality there. And that's where you can have some fun with ChatGPT. You can say like, do this, rewrite this, but do it 5 times better. And then you can even, like, we've done, kind of play around with it. Like, you can talk to it in a way you would never want to talk to your team or whatever, but you can kind of be like rude to it. Be like, no, that is not good enough. You have 2 more chances to make this good. Otherwise you're done. Right. You can see what it does. You can kind of challenge it, and it will continue to generate different versions of it as well too. Say that the images, I mean, typically images is where you want to make sure you're careful that, because you don't want to steal someone else's image, right, and put it up as yours. There's no need to anyways, especially with the tools. We talked about Midjourney earlier. You can take an existing image and then enhance it, make it better as well too. So there's a lot of great tools, but yeah, you definitely want to, you want to do things right and clean. And we help guide you through that. We take a look at listings at times. So it's great. We do get pretty inspired, Joey. Like we did up here. So last year, true little story, I was at a lacrosse tournament for my son, and I was taking Uber to go meet some parents for dinner. And the Uber driver, young guy, asked me what I did. And I respect like the hustle, right? He's just like, oh, what do you do? This, that. So I told him, I usually don't say what I do. And he's like, oh, do you mind if I get your information? So I was like, sure. Next thing you know, he's connecting. I talked with Joey, and he ends up signing up, young guy. And Joey, he launched, you helped, you coached him a lot, right, through this stuff. But he launched quickly. But can you share how he's doing?
Yeah, I call him Uber driver John. And yeah, he was pretty nervous just about the whole process from the beginning. He wanted to succeed. So he was one of our best students. He followed step by step. He used the tools properly. And his first month, within 3 weeks, he was at $8,000 in sales. And it's a phenomenal, but it also comes with other problems, because maybe you didn't order enough inventory to be selling, over $10,000 your first month. So yeah, it was very cool to support him. And when his sales started coming in, and I saw, day one was like 10 sales. Okay. And then it grew to like 20 and 50 sales, and it kept going up. It was awesome. He's on the podcast too. I was so proud of him his first month. I was like, hey, let's do a fun interview of this wild ride. And for me, I recently started selling, right? Like 2021. Yeah, I tried in 2017 with this thing and it flopped, but I feel so close to new sellers, because it's like I was just there for in 2021 and began selling. So I have such a soft spot for everybody who's new or just launched or launching a new product, because I love it, and I love to see the sales come in.
Yeah, and it's like, it's funny. Joey and I were invited to speak at this event in Chicago in a few months, and the guy who runs the event they'd purchased the event, and so he was met with Joey, and then he set up time with me. And during my conversation, I told him, because again, Joey and I we were trusted by the top people in the space, and we know some other top sellers, and top speakers, and we mentioned some names, and he was like, "Wow, this is so much different than like the healthcare space where no one would like help each other out." But when you're in the surrounding of the community, it really helps you a lot, because one of the things with this space you find is like, if you on your street, there's probably not a lot of other people on your street that are building Amazon businesses, right? So Joey, I imagine, you live in a nice place, you're raising your child there. I imagine in your neighborhood, there's not a ton of other Amazon sellers, right?
No, there's no Amazon sellers in my neighborhood. And actually, when I first started telling, I moved into this neighborhood in 2019, and in 2021, when I first started selling, I told a couple people, maybe neighbors or friends, and I felt like they maybe almost like laughed at me, like, "Wait, what? You're selling on Amazon?" Because most people shop, especially, I'm a mom with a 5-year-old. I run a wallpaper company, and normally people are talking about shopping on Amazon. So I actually didn't tell anybody what I was selling. And then they're like, I was doing a little bit of FBM where I was shipping some of the stuff myself. And I also had a website that I added later too. And the UPS guy was coming to my house, and then I ended up getting a small warehouse to store stuff. But people would be like, "Hey, the UPS guy really likes you." And I'm like, "No, he's picking up like, hundreds of packages." And now I get asked all the time because I'm more public. But yeah, my first year selling, I didn't really tell people. I was just busy building my business. And after, I just felt like I didn't need to tell anybody, because I wasn't trying to sell anything to my friends anyway. I didn't need them buying any of it off of Amazon. I didn't need them going to my website. My business was a real business. So I didn't need them to know. And I pulled people in when I needed help and told them, right, strategically, if they had a skill that would benefit my business.
Yeah, no, so that's the point where that's part of the reason you need the community and the support, because again, just Joey, obviously, hopefully you guys enjoyed her presentation and kind of her story. Again, I know I did, but just use Joey as an example. One, building the business, right, which is what you guys want to do, but without getting tapped into the community. Now, like in a short period of time, because Joey is serious about the business, she likes it, she takes action, and she's like willing to give back to help other people in the space. So now she's like pretty well known in the industry. Like a year ago, not so much. And not that being well known isn't so important, but it's helpful because you can get access to the right people to help bring back to people. So when we go to events, we might spend some of the events we go to. People are paying like almost $8,000 for the week to go to. There's the $1 Billion Seller Summit. It's like $7,000. And if you're married and you bring your spouse, it's $15,000. There's like no discount. So like, it's insane, right? But those same speakers that go there, again, all people that we are close with, we'll just bring those guys back to you guys in the community, right? Because those speakers say yes to us 100% of the time if we ask them to come speak to our community. Because again, the relationship that they have with Joey and I, and so it's awesome. So you get access to all of that, and that's why we've had so much success with this partnership with AMZ Scout, is because you get everything you need in a way that maybe some people can't afford to put $8,000 into themselves for the coaching program, and so this is like a great way to really take advantage of this. That again, we don't ever offer on our end. I'm sure the AMZ Scout, is it one payment of $797? I'm not even sure the payment plans. I didn't see that question. Is it listed somewhere?
Yeah, I went to the page to check out. So yeah, it is. It's one payment. I mean, you just go to the page and look, all the details are on here. I just pulled it up to help.
Yeah. There's a 10-day or was it a week or 10-day money back? Is 10 day, 10-day money back guarantee. So it makes it completely risk-free, right? Come join us. You're on our live trainings with us. You'll see Joey and I, and then experts in the world, they'll have access to everything. So you get a 10-day trial. So really try to make it completely risk-free for you guys. Again, there's no questions asked. It's just literally if you were not satisfied, which rarely happens, but if for whatever reason that happened, you just you get full refund if you need to. But beyond that, the value of it is it's a lot of fun, right? That's why we're into it. There's a lot of things you can do. Malik says, great session. Awesome. Yeah, it's good. It's good to get your feedback. Hopefully you guys, Joey there, it's pretty impressive, cool story, right? What she did. And it got my attention when she went through the program because we had different people. I was just like, Joey wasn't like, we coached her, but she wasn't like asking questions like all day long. But I knew like years later, now that we're working together, she has like notebooks of like notes you were taking. Like Joey just did a good job of like following the basics, I would say, right? Like you executed the fundamentals of the business. You didn't get overwhelmed. Even the tools, right? You didn't, oh, I need this magical tool or this tool or that tool. Yes, AMZ Scout will provide everything you need. And I saw someone ask a question in Helium 10, but the tool is a tool. You're the magic to make the business happen. And I think that's what Joey demonstrated, right, Joey, in terms of making sure the business, you just have to execute and focus on, your product and making sure the sales happen.
Yeah, exactly. And the tools give you a leverage over the competition. And the AMZ Scout extension is very robust. And in my opinion, it goes above and beyond, but it really is so easy to use that I just start and use that. And then I can quickly say yes or no, whether I'm going to want to sell a product. And so the golf swing mat, for instance, that's when you go down the path and you log in, but it just saves you so much time to have that quick extension, which comes with this package. And so I highly recommend starting with the extension. And that's where I originally fell in love with AMZ Scout, and then you can go more in depth. And it's great. The other great thing about AMZ Scout, the tool, is that it grows with your business. So you don't want to worry about jumping ahead, right? You can really just stick to our, first section in our training program, and it's all in the training. Like we teach you exactly what you need to know for the first section. And then when your sales come in and you have steady sales, that's when you go to the next section and you reuse the tools in another way that we teach you, and you have the mentorship. So it's not overwhelming. And that's how I built my business. Really, I knew that when my sales were steady and I needed to continue to grow up to my $1 million goal, 900,000, then quickly became a $1.2 million goal. And I went back into the tool and used the tools to fix my PPC, adjust my PPC, get my keywords going. So really it's just the support. It's the tools are your support and the training's your support.
Well said. Well said. I see a few more questions too. Malik says, wrong place to ask that question, I guess. I'm not sure which question.
The Helium 10. Well, yeah, and that's okay because we love all tools, and I will tell you, between us, you're not going to get a better deal with that's being offered right now with.
Yeah. And the realities, I've definitely used multiple tools in pots because, like you said, they're just tools. Like I really love the Chrome extension for AMZ Scout. Like to me, is the best in the industry. It's been that way. The design of it is like AMZ Scout's very thorough. It's why we partner with them. The team is very strong behind the tool. They're very organized, and just like the interface is like I like it. It's very like user friendly there as well too. I see a few more questions here too. In the package deal is the 1K products, a list of private label products. Yes, those are all products that you can potentially do for private label. Uniman says, can I do finance? I think you have to for like the 797 option. I think you need to just make the payment. You got to come up with a way to do that. Do you have a link if you have to get your lifetime license with your offer? I'm not exactly sure of that. Do you have a, I know that again, the license, the software agreements for 1 year. And then for us, you get access to our content ongoing, but the coaching, the live stuff, all that's for 4 months as well too. And there's ways to extend that as well. And then Rachel says the coaching calls take place. So Rachel, we start with you. If you're interested in that level, we start with you as soon as you're aboard. So if you enroll here, we'll set up the one-on-one call with you, and we can do a deep dive on that.
I can look and see. I'm just going to look. Well, keep talking. I'm going to see what the calendar is tomorrow, but usually we can open up even like anybody who comes on board with this offer. I can open up spots tomorrow.
Yeah. Leo says, well, the slides available to us. Yes, Leo, we can get you the slides as well too. And I only see the email address. So sorry, I can't pronounce the name. Umar, question mark. Could you finance? I guess the answer would be no. If I understand the question right, are you talking about to sign up for the deal today? The $797, you need to put on a credit card. Believe is basically you need to pay with a credit card. If you're talking about financing in the business, there are ways to finance like your inventory. There's what you call there's funding partners that we have to help you guys fund your business. You're growing. So there are people that we have as you're growing. Like if Joie hadn't sold a business and she's going to grow, she may want some access to some temporary lines of credit, but that is a little bit longer. I know if you guys again go to the offers tab, you have attendee chat, the polls, the offer tab will take you right to the offer to get signed up. And then I'm trying to get with the chat between let me toggle back and forth. If there's any other questions that we're missing in the Q&A.
Okay. I just opened up some appointments for tomorrow for anybody who is joining. And then we normally don't do things on the weekends, but I opened it up on Saturday also. So there are appointments. So if you're coming on board, yes, you can book your call.
Okay. That's generous. The weekend is generous too. So I know people have different schedules. So it's great. Like at the end of the day, if this stuff resonates with you, you get a 10-day chance to come back. Yeah. Rachel says, thank you. Already have 2 e-commerce businesses, need feedback on which to start with. Love that. We definitely help. I think there was a question earlier, or someone made the comment that they're like, yeah, and I see some other questions there too, but we love working with people that are e-commerce and some cases they already have their products. So they're trying to figure out how to put them on Amazon. But yeah, I mean, the hardest thing is just, action takers. So that's why some people are here to listen and just they like to listen and that's it. But if you're really serious about making a difference in your life, making a difference in breaking through that fear that you have of potential failure or fear, believe it or not, some people have kind of a fear of actually being successful and what comes with that, is you just have to take that next step and let us help you. Right. And so sometimes you have to have that leap of faith. We have the risk-free offer in place here to help you there as well too. And yeah, I saw there was also a question before from Cam. It said, I don't know if it said, how do I get my products to start ranking for big keywords like Mother's Day gift? What else can I do? Yeah. Joe, you want to take that one?
Yeah, I didn't see that question. I'm glad you read that. Yes. So what are we 10 days for Mother's Day? I would definitely get some Google ads up and make sure your back end search terms are Mother's Day gift on the back end of your listing. And then also do your Amazon ads. And if you can, run some of the ads that allow you to put videos in them, because people love video ads, especially around Mother's Day. So those are kind of, I would call that basic stuff. And I would definitely get on Pinterest if you can just create a business Pinterest page. And there is ways, and then you'll want to pin your products up there for Mother's Day. And there's ways to also run some ads on Pinterest as well, because Mother's Day gift is a big search term. I was just looking at Pinterest on Mother's Day gifts and the trends. So I know that it's on there. Google ads, as I said before, those don't hurt. And not sure if you have a relationship with influencers, but I would say pile it on with social media. Instagram and Facebook ads can be a little pricier, but if you post to your page, if you have your business page already, and you boost the post on Instagram and Facebook Those are quick and easy ways to just boost something for the next 5-6 days without having to go into your Facebook or Instagram business manager and create a full ad. And also what I like to do is if you've already posted something on Instagram that has performed well, ideally on your business products, it doesn't matter when you posted it, but you can go back in and boost that post. So if you had a video or a reel that performed well with your product, I would go and post that and maybe edit the caption and make it just Mother's Day focused, right? I personally don't think the hashtags matter, but some people will put like best Mother's Day gift. In our coaching program, I have a really cool Google Ads training where it shows you how to use those words like best Mother's Day gift for your Google Ads too. And that's a guarantee very few people are doing that when they're running Google Ads to their Amazon listing. Sorry, that was a lot of information in a little time, but as you can tell, I love talking about that topic.
Yeah, no, it's great. We see a bunch of guys have signed up. So again, you guys, Travis is going to be working for you guys that we want to answer any questions, especially for those that have signed up. You guys are good. We're going to have you well taken care of for the next several months. And then you'll be part of our AMZ Insiders community. You're really kind of a lifers that are with us. We have kind of alumni. We have people that were with us years ago that are doing multiple 7 figures now. And we love to run into those guys at events. Sometimes we bring them on to help, again, coach or be part of the program, but we're excited to have you part of our AMZ Insiders family. For those of you guys that don't sign up, don't take advantage of this. We'd love to answer any more questions you guys have, because you guys will be on your own. And so we want to make sure that while you're here, you get it. So I'll keep an eye on more of these questions. I know Sunata says, when we have our own products, can we still get some help with sales? 1,000%, right? We will help you on every aspect of the business. So we cover everything. That's the whole approach. We're not like a course that you go. It's kind of like the question about, if you ask about the difference between Helium 10 and AMZ Scout tools. Again, we tell you why we really like AMZ Scout, but the Helium 10 offer doesn't include us, right? You don't get Joey and I with that. You don't get our community. You don't get our support. And again, not take anything away from the tools because they're important. The AMZ Scout tool gives you what you need. You get for the whole year, but that by itself is not enough. And that's why AMZ Scout partners with us and why we've had a lot of success helping people, because you need help. You need, besides the tool, sometimes you might need some motivation. Sometimes you might need like some hard advice. You may need to be told about, how to stay in stock when you're having success, or it may be about how to rank your existing product, et cetera. So, there's more to this than just purely a tool or a video. It's about, being able to customize this stuff for your guys' help. And then, so on those calls, again, we can help you there, and you get the one-on-one call we're going to set up with you as well. And again, those guys, especially those guys that have not signed up, Debbie says, honestly, can't find out how to log in. Can't create the login button. I'll keep at it. So sorry, Debbie, is that to like enroll, to sign up, you're saying, for the program here? So I think if you go on the offers tab, right, or you go to that link, you should be able to sign up. We definitely want to make sure, I'm not sure if, I think Alex is in here, if anyone else from the support team can make sure Debbie is taken care of. Again, a bunch of guys that have signed up already. Again, we've got you, I already see the names coming in. Again, Travis will be getting you signed up. But again, for those of you guys that are not going to be on here or haven't committed yet, I'd love to answer any more questions before we wrap up here. Take advantage of the offer. Again, it's like completely risk-free. We've helped so many people in the industry. And basically the point was, we really have a lot of fun. And part of the story with, as Joey calls him, Uber driver John, is like when Joey told me like, hey, this is, I know when Joey's not, she doesn't get really that, she's very even keeled and focused. But when I could tell like the excitement Joey had for John's success, right? Like, oh my God, he's really doing it. But now we've got to like help him in a different way, because he's, we got to help him grow. So he's get that next level. But we do really take a lot of pride in it. It is fun to kind of win together and help each other out together. And to, again, this is why we do this with AMZ Scout, because we think it's a no brainer, because for the cost of the software annually, which is like $60 a month, you get tapped into everything here. So just encourage you guys. And again, in the program, we've got things like, it's not just the tools like the winning product sourcing, how to launch, all the stuff we talked about. There's stuff that isn't maybe you don't think about. Some of it's like the mindset and productivity, right? How to position your business. We're actually going to include, I didn't mention this, let's put in a bonus. We'll include a consultation with exactly how to set up your entity if you need to set up your LLC, tax advantages, right? Because all of this stuff is a write-off too. So like Joey, when you paid your $8,000 for the coaching program, that's a write-off on your business, right? That's an expense. And, but there's some things you want to know in terms of how to set your business up. It's part of the joy of running your business. There's like so many ways you can basically save money because you get to run those expenses through your business, right? Like your electrical bill through your house, your phone, your computer, if you want to, put your kids on payroll, you can put them up to X thousand per year to reduce your taxes. Like these are all like legitimate legal things to do, but it's not my expertise or Joey's expertise, but we've got a partner. We'll set up a one-on-one call for anyone that's signed up. You'll also get that. These guys are phenomenal. And it's completely free, and they'll show you how to exactly how to structure and take advantage of some of those savings, right? What else, Joey? Anything else here?
No, that's a really fun bonus though. I like that of how to set up, because a lot of new sellers in our program, that is a big question. Like, how do I set this up? Should I get a partner? What happens if I get a partner? Just all of it. So yes.
Yeah. Again, I hope you guys, we love growing the community. We love making an impact. It's why Joey does the podcast, right? We spend a lot of our own money on the podcast. We don't make a penny from it, right? But we give back to share information, support. So how soon have your clients seen success after using your program? So questions, in Joey's case, you started in March with us. By June, you were doing a couple 100,000. A lot of that is, Joey's not the typical example. Doesn't mean you're going to go do that. So, within a few months, John was, again, a few months in, get things ready. So it takes a few months, do it. It's great if you have an existing job, so you don't have pressure on you. So it is great. But sorry, go ahead. You're going to add there?
Yeah, we just had a cool question. Like, why is this a unique course? I've heard of so many. Yeah, it's unique because we do live trainings. Like, you will come live and similar to this, but it's on a specific topic, drilling in, and you can ask questions and go back and forth with us. And I think you're saying like you're on the fence with the training program, and also with this deal. I mean, you have 10 days to decide like, hey, I'm not interested. And I paid $8,000 to join AMZ Insiders to grow my business from 0 to $1 million. So I'm proof that it worked. And I paid a lot more than I would have tiptoed in too and done this offer. Like, this offer is phenomenal because you get the tool and our coaching, and then you get a 45-minute one-on-one also to come in. So I totally get if you're on the fence, but maybe you're on the fence because it's taking the leap into starting your Amazon business, right? So you got to start somewhere. And if it resonates with like my story or with Jamie, it's like, hey, maybe I do want to try their program and see if I like it. That's great. But the most important thing is that you get started and you start selling on Amazon, whether it's with us or not, because you don't want to be sitting here in 6 months saying, oh, I was on that webinar. If only I had started my business. Just
Yep.
do it. If you have it, I think everybody should be selling. If you have any interest in learning how to sell, go for it and do it. I am so glad that I did it in 2021, and I have an education now. I can sell anything I want on Amazon. I'm not going to sell the golf swing mat, but that is a phenomenal product. So I hope somebody on here jumps on the golf swing mat and then tells me in a year that they made more money than I made my first year selling, because that product is awesome.
She's a mom of 3 kids, 4 days a week work. Yeah.
My kid is exactly why I started selling. I was crying because I was working too much and driving in my car and missing activities. I didn't want to miss a soccer game. Like, after this, I'm taking my kid to swim practice. He's now on swim team, and I have to be there every single day. And it's freedom. It gives you freedom to break free.
Yeah. And so, I think the other one too is Joey mentions who you resonate with or kind of what makes us different. So you're right. Like the AMZ Scout tool is good. And there's other partnerships, and like that AMZ Scout works with other influencers. Depends who you like and trust. That's who we do business with, people we like and trust. The thing about the industry, probably one of the things I don't like about the industry is there's a lot of people that sell coaches or sell programs that aren't really doing it themselves. And you guys won't know this because you're not at all the events, and they'll never show their face at an event. So it's kind of funny. There's some really big, I see a lot of guys promoting stuff online that we will never meet at an event because they would be afraid to go in there because they think they would be uncovered. They know. And so if you go to one of those programs, it's like you can still go. It's good that you're starting selling, but once you get to that next level of depth, like they can't really help you much more than what they tell you on the webinar. And that's just being honest as part of, like when I showed you some photos earlier about us in the industry, I think it was just a few more before, I have slides before. If you guys go to our Instagram or at AMZ Insiders, our Instagram, Joey put up there, like she'll put up there all the speakers on there. And this series, like you'll see the type of people. So it's not just about Joey and I. So no one else gets you access to Isabella Ritz, gets you access to, a lot of these top people, Brandon Young, right? So we have no problem. Like Brandon has a course, doesn't offer what we're offering, and access. Kevin King, right? Big person in space. Joey was just on his podcast. Leo, one of the top in the world at ranking products, number one speaker at one of the $8,000 events. He's in our program. Okay. Keon, number one expert recognized in sourcing in the industry, also in our program, also will be speaking in a few weeks. So, if someone else has that, Mina, same thing, one of the top in PPC in the world, also in our program. All right. So there is a level of trust and respect. And if there was someone else on here that was a good fit for you guys to work on, it was like, by all means, we like to work with people that, feel we're a good fit and that they resonate with our story and our results. And that's why, that doesn't mean we're not for everybody, right? So this is just a great opportunity to take advantage of it. But you'll find a lot of those other people. You'll be with this person that you've seen online, but they're never at any events. They would never be with other top people in the industry because they think that's like competitive or they would be found out. But the reason is we all help each other out in this industry because we all are really confident in our own success and process. So we don't have to, we're not afraid to pull any of these other top people into the space because, again, Joey was talking about Pinterest and she found someone who's really good at Pinterest, and so she brought him on the podcast and she'll probably have him in our training at some point. I'm not going to pretend to be an expert in that when I'm not, and we don't need to be. Instead, we can access these people. So that's a kind of a long answer from my opinion of what makes us different, which is what makes us different than what AMZ Insiders was a couple years ago. When Joey with the program was really good, but we didn't have all these people. And it's the power of both myself and Joey and everything she does. Also, Joey, in the female community, the women, working mothers, like a lot of people really resonate with Joey. Men too, obviously with both of us, and we've had women, but I think Joey is like a real inspiration in the industry as a working mother who like does it all and makes it happen. And you have that same opportunity and it's hard to find that, right? It's hard to find that in the space to help that. It's so yeah. Joey, anything else I know we're about to end here because I know you're going to go speaking and you're going to go get your little guy here.
Yeah.
I don't want him all upset and mad at you, that little blonde head of his.
He's cute. Yeah. No, I'm just laughing. But yeah, you give away my secrets, but I do love helping other moms grow their business. And you were asking about the guarantee, and I could say, you go into the program and you follow it step by step and you put in the work and you get what you put out of it. And putting in the work to find the right product is the hardest part of all of it. Like you have to put in the work there and you have to use the tools properly, take our advice, do the program step by step, like the methods that Jamie built his business on, I built my business on. So yes, totally understand.
Yeah. It's like, it's like going to the gym, right? Joey, I know you worked out today. It's like if someone says, hey, if I go to the gym and followed, these workout routines, would I get in better shape? And you'd say, yeah, of course you'll get in better shape if you're actually putting forth some effort and following the process, and you have, a good mindset about, hey, how do I make this happen, and the right support. Absolutely. Right.
Yeah, for sure. And then, another question is like, if you sign up and, you want an extension on the 4 months or anything happens, like, I mean, we're real people, right? Like going back to the working out analogy Jamie is just talking about, like if you buy a package with us and you get an injury, like you can't work out, like, yeah, we extend it. Like we work with you. I really want to stress that finding a community to connect with has to understand your life. And like, I'm a mom, things happen all the time. Like I have to have a surgery in June, right? It's like, I have to prepare for that. So yeah, I want you guys to join our community and feel 100% supported. Like we support your life and what is going on in your life. And that's why the training program is really a done with you program. I'm not going to say, your product isn't up in 6 weeks or you haven't picked a product in this timeline, but also as your coach, it's like pushing you forward to make sure that you're taking the steps and then understanding. So yeah, something comes up, we'll definitely extend the 4 months of the live trainings to 6 months or whatever you need. Yeah. I mean, thank you for asking. But yeah, we want to work with you.
Cool. Well, I'm really excited. I see a bunch of people signed up. And so Travis is going to be busy here. So we're excited to get with you. Again, regardless if you're not going to be with us, again, I would say hopefully take some inspiration. Hopefully took some notes from Joey's presentation there around some of those things. I love, Joey, what you share around margins, because I thought that was something that we talk about the value, but I think you took it to a whole nother level with your mindset that, so, Joey's approach about margin and making money with the business was really, really strong. It's part of the reason why she's so successful. And so we've incorporated that. And then when we talk about the business and help people around that, about, the other day you're in here, sure, the business can be fun. Sure, it's great to connect with people, but we're here to make money for each of the reasons, your own why, to make a difference. And then AMZ Scout, I want to give these guys a huge shout out and thanks, because they're the ones that put together this offer. And like I said, for years, we just said, no, we're not doing this because $7,000 is the price. And so they talked about it. And we've been really impressed with them and the tools. And so it's a really kind of win-win partnership. And so, yeah, we're excited for all you guys that are coming aboard as well too. And those that are not, again, hopefully you can take the information and do something with it. But again, AMZ Scout with us made it as easy as possible, completely risk-free, 10 days. So there's zero risk to actually take advantage of the offer. If you reach out to us separately, or you track us down on Instagram, or you listen to Joey's podcast, the Fearless Sellers, and you ask for this deal, it will not be available. It truly is only through AMZ Scout. Matter of fact, we don't handle you're not signing up with us there. You're signing up with AMZ Scout software. And then we will give you access, or we are giving, for all you guys that already signed up, we are signing up. Yep. Yeah, it says signed up. Awesome. Yep. I see your sign up, and I see, and Travis, you guys will be keeping Travis busy throughout. So, Joe, I'll leave you with the final word. Oh, before I hand you the final words, again, just encourage you guys to take that leap, take action, and we'll be excited to help you there. Will we get further info after we pay? Yes, you'll get info from AMZ Scout. And then I think by tomorrow morning at the latest, Travis, you'll get access on our part, because we have to manually, because it's run through AMZ Scout, we have to just we will manually give you access, which only takes us a few moments. We just need to get that squared away. So great question. Really excited to have you aboard, and look forward to being our next success story. So with that, Joey, I'll let you close us on out here. any final words of advice for these guys before we say goodbye?
Yeah, thank you for joining and listening. I hope it was helpful. And if you have any questions, I did put my email in there. You can go ahead and reach out. But I do also check Instagram, and so does Jamie. So we would love to connect with you. And, so excited for those who will be on our live trainings. We absolutely love those. And that's another place where we'll reconnect with you. So I hope to see you on the live trainings. And everybody enjoy your day. I hope it's nice weather where you're at. Jamie, thanks for everything you provided and all your support and jumping in.
As we say, better together. So we love helping other people together, along with the rest of the team behind it. So yeah, awesome, Joey. Really, really great information you shared. And as you said, we're excited to work with these people. So thanks again, Joey. See you, everyone. They'll leave it up here for a moment. I think they'll close out the webinar here, and we'll take it from there. All right. We'll see you guys all soon.